So if you want to see how I created this bluey, greeny, smoky kind of look, just keep on watching. Okay, so first I'm going to use my Revolution Conceal and Define, and I'm going to put that on my lids. I've already done my eyebrows. I've already pre-wet my sponge. Okay, now going in with my Pastel Goth palette. This is like one of my favorite pastel palettes that I have. I'm going to be using Clementine, well, a mixture. No, I'm going to be using Clementine first. I'm going to place that above the crease. This palette just does not stay open. Now, of course, you can use any pastel palette or any palette that contains like a few pastels, because I've got some colourful palettes that isn't necessarily a pastel palette but has pastel colours in it. That's nice. It's a nice fleshy kind of colour. Now I'm going to go in with this shade here, Gloom, this green. It's like a dark mossy kind of green. This palette does have a, what's it called? It does have a mirror, but for some, I prefer to have my own hand mirror. Now I'm going to go in with this blue here called Doom, and every time I go in with a new colour, I'm using a clean brush. I'm kind of just going over the line where the green and the blue meet, so I kind of have like a gradient or an ombre between the blue and the green, and this blue is really doing that so nicely. That is nice. Now I'm using my Sleek palette that I'm project panning. I've actually been neglecting this palette because I've got so many other palettes that I've just been neglecting this one. Anyway, I'm using the black. Ooh, I hope I'm not blinding you, but there's a black in this palette that I'm using, and this is the Oh So Special palette. Now using a clean blending brush, I'm just going to blend the blue and the black. And I'm going to try. I'm also going to drag some of that black through the crease and then outward. I think I need to put some more black up here. I'm going to dot where it's gone a little bit patchy. So now that blue, I need to put some back because the black has kind of overtaken a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go clean this up and put on my foundation. Okay, so this is the finished look, and as you can see, I've just pulled my hair back. I've still got my robe on because I ain't going nowhere today. I'm actually about to go and cook my food. Me and my son, we just made some meatballs. They're in the fridge. They've been in the fridge for a few hours now, so I'm ready to just fry those up, make some spaghetti, put some bolognese sauce with that. Oh, that's gonna be so good. Oh, with some cheese on top. Who likes cheese on top of their meatballs? So I'm completely going off on a tangent. We're supposed to be here talking about the makeup. So yeah, this is a cute little thing. I've done a little beauty spot. I do actually have a beauty spot and I always cover it, but this time I put a little spot over the top because I wanted my beauty spot to show through. I've put some of that blue on my lower lash line, but I didn't like blow it out. I just decided to put it on and let it stay there just like that so it keeps the pigment. So I actually quite like this. This is cute for just a nice little quick a cute little blue green kind of situation, but it's smoky at the same time. It's just a nice little makeup look. I didn't really know what I was going to do when I first picked up the palette. I was just kind of like, well, whatever happens happens. But this is cute. This is nice if I want to do color without going way over the top. I would definitely say to you guys, whoever doesn't have a pastel palette or a palette that a bright colored palette that contains a few pastels, definitely get a pastel palette, because they're the kind of shadows that you can use to create colorful looks but still keeping it a little bit muted without being crazy in your face. And just a little bit of color, like people can see the blue and the green, but it's not so power in your face. I do have a violet highlighter on. Again, it is a Kat Von D highlighter. It was the Alchemist palette, the purple shade that's in there. So I've got that on my nose and I've got that on my cheekbone as well, but I've kind of gone over it with my powder brush so that it's not too bright, because I just, when I had it on, it was really bright, but I didn't want it to be too bright, so I just went over it with my powder brush just to mute it down a little bit. So it's like I've got this purpley kind of highlight, but it's not too in your face. Ooh, and I also used this really peachy pinky nudie kind of lipstick today. I can't remember who this one is by. I will leave it in the description bar down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.